0.321 meters above the tide level are possible for some coasts of Chuuk, Kosrae, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, Marshall Islands, Palau, Philippines, Pohnpei, Wake Island, and Yap. Tsunami waves less than 0.3 meters above the tide level, possible for DPR of Korea, Republic of Korea, and Taiwan. Petropavlovsk, Russia, which has a population of about 180,000 people, their ETA was about 35 minutes ago. Kamchatka, Kamchatka, which I think a few thousand people live there, their ETA was about 20 minutes ago. Medny Island, which I know nothing about, Russia, ETA in about 3 minutes. I need to just check and see if we've seen any reports so far about tsunamis. Hang on a moment here. Give me a moment. There's a lot going on. There's a lot happening. Internet outages in Kamchatka, Russia, from the 8.7 earthquake off the Russian coast. Internet outages have been registered there, according to NetBlogs. Okay. Amid reports of power outages. Oh, there's a report from TASS. Hang on a moment here. Hang on. TASS reports. Breaking news. Big breaking news. TASS, which is Russian state media, reports a tsunami wave 3 to 4 meters high was recorded in the Yelizovsky district of Kamchatka. Authorities reported. Again, I'm going to read this again. A tsunami wave 3 to 4 meters high, 10 to 13 feet or so roughly, was reported in the Yelizovsky district of Kamchatka. Authorities reported. That is from TASS. That is from TASS, Russian state media. Okay? Again, that is from TASS. I'm reading that report from TASS, Russian state media. Let me show you where this is. The Yelizovsky district of Kamchatka. Okay, this is Yelizovsky district. Okay, so now, if you look at this, the earthquake was off the coast here. Here's where the earthquake was, right here, this 8.7. Look at that. So there's about 180,000 people who live in this city right here. But we're talking about like this area about 80 miles away from the earthquake. So somewhere in this area, I'm not sure where, somewhere in here on the coast, right? I would assume it's not going to be inland. Somewhere on the coast here, there has been, according to Russian state media, how did they describe it? They said it was a 3 to 4 meter. TASS said it was a 3 to 4 meter high tsunami wave. Okay, so that we have to keep an eye on as well. I'm checking some Russian news outlets here. Let me actually get the red ticker up for some of these updates here. And I know there's a threat. We're talking about a threat, possible threat for Hawaii, for some parts of Alaska. There's so much to get to. But let me just do this real quick. Russian state media TASS reports that a 3 to 4 meter tsunami wave has been observed. That's roughly, 10 to 13 feet, I believe. Has been observed. They said has been observed in the Yelizovsky district of Kamchatka, Russia. put that up on the screen just so you have that. And I'm sure we'll be adding updates. Give me 1 second. It should say tsunami warning on this web page. The page is being a little funky, but give me 1 moment here. Let me throw this up there. Okay. Are there any more updates from them? If you're wondering about Alaska and Hawaii, let me show you the latest posts about Alaska and Hawaii. Okay, we need Alaska. Here we go, Alaska. 8.7 earthquake. A tsunami has been confirmed. Breaking news. Tsunami waves reported. Okay. A tsunami has been confirmed, and some impacts are expected. Okay, so there has been a tsunami wave confirmed after 8.7 earthquake near Russia. Tsunami warning for some parts for Aleutian Islands, Samalga Pass, Alaska. I'll have to pull up a map of this. Tsunami advisory for here, tsunami watch here. It lists some arrival times in different parts of Alaska. No observations reported yet. Let me pull up here their map. Here it is. Look, right here. Okay, so the red is the warning area. I don't know if people really live out here. There is the red areas. There's Alaska. The red is the warning. The orange is the advisory. The yellow is the watch. The yellow is the watch area. Okay, so the earthquake was was here. That's where the earthquake was. So it'll take time to propagate the tsunami wave or waves. So if I just pull up a map here, roughly speaking, we're talking about some of these islands in here. My guess is that a bunch of these islands in here, well, how about Adak? The people live here? I mean, there is Adak. A-D-A-K, Adak. Now that's back here. How many people live on Adak? Adak, Alaska has a population of 154 people, according to Wikipedia. About 150 people live there. Now, what did they say about Adak? They said forecast start of tsunami, 1740 Alaska time. Alaska time is 4:40, so that would be an hour from now in Adak. That's when that would be. Shemya Island, Alaska. Do they have anybody living on there? That's a small island. I don't know if people are living there. But people definitely live on Adak. All right, hang on a moment. There's a lot happening right now. This is still considered an 8.7 earthquake. Have they updated yet here? I don't know what it is about this page that is behaving like this. Maybe it's not behaving like this for you, but it should say tsunami warning. Every time I refresh it, it does this weird thing. So again, it's a tsunami warning going on. Let me just try something real quick here. See if it does it over here. Yeah, it's doing the same thing on multiple browsers and computers. All right, so I showed you that information about Alaska. Let's look up Hawaii now and see what the latest on that was. Hawaii warning. A tsunami watch continues with these preliminary parameters. Based on all available data, a tsunami may have been generated by this earthquake. Well, in another post they said a tsunami is confirmed. Oh no. They say a tsunami may have been generated by this earthquake that could be destructive on coastal areas even far from the epicenter. An investigation is underway to determine if there is a tsunami threat to Hawaii. If tsunami waves impact Hawaii, the estimated earliest arrival time is 7:17 p.m. Hawaii time. That's hours from now. That is about 4.5 hours from now. It's 2:43 p.m. Hawaii time. So the estimated impact first tsunami wave, if there is one in Hawaii, would be 4.5 hours from now. So we'll keep an eye out for that. I'm waiting for further updates from the U.S. Tsunami Warning Center. They're still on their number 2 wave of updates, but they should be issuing, I would think, a number 3 as well soon. I just saw something also. I just saw something which I want to show you. One of our viewers said it was the strongest earthquake in the world for 14 years. I have to look that up. I can't confirm that right now. I will try to get you more information on the earthquake itself. Here it is. Hawaii Civil Defense. Pacific Tsunami Warning Center extended the tsunami watch for Hawaii. Magnitude of earthquake has been revised from 8.0 to 8.7. Analysis continues on whether Hawaii is threatened. Earliest expected arrival time, 7:17 p.m. Hawaii time. Let me look up here. This is from the USGS. Well, but that's from 2019. As of 2019, this would be the 9th largest earthquake since 1900. Wikipedia, list of earthquakes. I'm trying to find the largest earthquakes list on Wikipedia so I can show you that. Sorry. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I keep finding most destructive lists of earthquakes. Strongest earthquake, here it is. Strongest earthquakes by magnitude. Now this is since when? Starting around 1900 is when seismographs were deployed. So since 1900, this would be about number 7 or 8. You can see that according to Wikipedia, this earthquake as an 8.7 would be the 7th or 8th largest since 1900. The earthquake that caused the horrendous tsunami damage in Japan back in 2011 was a 9.0/91.